So I really look at I love a challenge though, and I'm just so proud of every bit of it. We went through a whole roller coaster of the human experience, and I'm very proud.
I mean, honestly, the way that I get into a character is through their style. So it was more about who Lily is that was so fascinating to me, is that she's a walking, talking contradiction, yet it's perfectly harmonious for her.
It's based on a beautiful, really important book, and it's about a young woman named Lily who confronts the generational cycles in her.
Blake Lively, known for fiercely guarding her private world, is reportedly now pleading with Justin Baldoni to settle their escalating legal battle. Sources suggest a dramatic shift, with new evidence allegedly painting Lively in an intensely complicated light, forcing her to reassess the entire fight. This isn't just about headlines anymore. It's a desperate plea for peace from a star who finds herself cornered by unforeseen revelations. The once clear path has blurred, leaving her at a critical crossroads where every move now carries monumental stakes for her career and meticulously crafted public image. The legal landscape has shifted, and Lively is said to simply want it all to be over, whatever the cost. A startling turn from someone never known to shy from confrontation.
Maybe, and then I get a call from my managers and my agent. They were both on the line, which means it's something serious.
Right.
Either you got the job or there's something wrong.
Yeah, no.
And they said, so you were the choice, but the network said that your eyebrows would be too distracting.
Oh, what?
Oh no.
And then they went like, so what can we do about your eyebrows?
But I was like just tracking him down, and then I finally got to read the script, and the script was a thriller. So that was a little confusing to me because he's like such a funny director.
Yeah.
And so I said, what is this? Because the script is definitely like a twisting, turning, intense thriller. Is it a comedy or a thriller? And he said, yes. So then every day on set, I was like, it's.
The actress, long accustomed to the spotlight, is reportedly reaching a breaking point from the relentless media attention and the ongoing tension spilling into her personal life. Insiders claim the case has taken a significant toll on her mental well-being, leaving her drained and exhausted by the constant legal battles and public speculation. This isn't a minor skirmish, it's a grueling war of attrition pushing her to the limits. Lively's legendary composure is cracking, hinting at the immense pressure she now faces. She's tired of the fight, weary of the public gaze, and reportedly desperate to reclaim some semblance of calm. The weight of the world seems to be settling on her shoulders, forcing a reconsideration of her entire strategy. Now, Blake Lively is allegedly trying to find a way to make peace, even if it means conceding on certain points that once seemed non-negotiable. This drastic change in approach is a direct result of the recently uncovered evidence, which appears to have dramatically altered the entire context of the case. It's a concession born not of weakness, but of strategic necessity, and a profound desire to end the public scrutiny that has become unbearable. The specifics of these concessions remain a closely guarded secret, but the implication is clear. Lively is ready to sacrifice to escape this legal quagmire. The stakes are immense, and her willingness to compromise signals a significant re-evaluation of her position. The central question now hanging heavy in the air is whether Justin Baldoni will agree to settle, or if he is determined to see the lawsuit through to its bitter end. Sources offer mixed opinions, creating an atmosphere of intense uncertainty. Some hint he's open to ending the dispute, perhaps recognizing the shared damage of a prolonged fight, while others suggest reaching a resolution may be far more complicated than Lively hopes. Baldoni holds significant leverage, and his decision will dictate the next potentially explosive chapter. His motivation, whether for reputation or other undisclosed reasons, remains a critical unknown, adding layers of complexity to the already convoluted situation. Whispers from behind the headlines suggest there's far more to this story than meets the eye, implying a deeper, more personal connection between Lively and Baldoni than previously understood. This isn't just a cold legal dispute. There are alleged emotional currents and intertwined histories complicating every move. Such a revelation could completely reframe the public narrative, transforming a straightforward legal battle into a tangled personal drama. This unexpected twist adds a profound layer of intrigue, leaving both fans and industry observers wondering about the true nature of their relationship and its impact on the unfolding legal saga. It hints at motivations far beyond typical courtroom tactics. Lively's sudden change of heart may also be heavily influenced by immense pressure from her inner circle, who are reportedly encouraging her to end the public drama for the sake of her peace of mind. Her closest confidantes are urging her to prioritize personal well-being over a protracted legal battle, recognizing the toll it's taking. They see the exhaustion, the stress, and the reputational risks, pushing her towards an amicable resolution. This external pressure, combined with the new evidence, forms a powerful impetus for her desire to settle. It suggests a united front from her team, all aiming to extract her from this damaging and relentless conflict. The recently uncovered evidence is said to have dramatically altered the context of the entire case, shedding new, unfavorable light on Baldoni's role and making the situation far more complex than Lively could have ever anticipated. The sheer shock value of these revelations appears to be the primary catalyst for her reconsideration, forcing a complete pivot in strategy. What was once seen as a clear-cut legal argument has transformed into a convoluted maze of new information. This bombshell evidence, whatever its nature, has undeniably shifted the balance of power, creating an entirely new and precarious landscape for Lively to navigate. With legal and personal stakes inextricably intertwined, Blake Lively now finds herself at a critical crossroads. She is weighing whether to bravely continue the fight despite the mounting personal cost, or to finally step back in pursuit of calm and much-needed closure. This isn't just a tactical decision, it's a deeply personal one, with profound implications for her future. The path ahead is fraught with peril, regardless of her choice, and the entire entertainment world is holding its breath. Lively faces a defining moment, one that could irrevocably alter not just this lawsuit, but the entire trajectory of her life and career. Despite Lively's alleged desire for peace, insiders claim Justin Baldoni isn't as ready to back down as she would hope. He's reportedly determined to see the case through to the very end, whether to fiercely defend his reputation against perceived wrongs or for reasons that have yet to be fully disclosed. While Lively seeks a ceasefire, Baldoni is reportedly sticking to his guns, signaling a potentially prolonged and brutal confrontation. This unwavering resolve from Baldoni complicates any quick resolution, raising the ominous possibility that the tension between them will escalate even further before any peace can be found. His firm stance could be a major roadblock. The public fallout of this high-stakes legal battle is another critical concern, with both Lively and Baldoni's carefully constructed careers hanging in the balance. The way they handle this lawsuit could ultimately define their reputations moving forward, leaving an indelible mark on their public personas. Sources close to Lively indicate she's acutely aware of the damage the ongoing drama is causing, not just to her personal image but to the broader public perception of the industry as a whole. Experts warn that a failure to reach a swift resolution risks alienating loyal fans who have supported them for years, threatening their very foundations. Public sentiment appears to be noticeably shifting, now leaning more in Justin Baldoni's favor, especially as Brian Fredman continues to release evidence that seemingly contradicts Blake Lively's initial claims. This growing pile of evidence, tantalizingly teased on a new website, is captivating a burgeoning fan base and curious onlookers drawn to the courtroom drama. What started as a seemingly clear-cut narrative for Lively is now becoming increasingly muddy, eroding public trust. The tide is turning, threatening to leave Lively in a precarious position as the court of public opinion begins to side with her opponent, adding another layer of pressure. Amidst all the swirling chaos and escalating legal drama, Ryan Reynolds has remained conspicuously silent, refusing to publicly comment on the lawsuit. His quietude has only fueled intense speculation about where his loyalties truly lie, and whether he might ultimately intervene to negotiate a settlement, hoping to protect Blake from a worst-case scenario. This uncharacteristic silence from one of Hollywood's most vocal stars is a glaring absence, sparking rumors and raising questions about the true extent of his involvement, or lack thereof. His non-committal stance adds another mysterious layer to an already complex and public ordeal. Rumors suggest that if the trial doesn't go in Blake Lively's favor, the financial fallout could be devastating, potentially threatening their combined fortune. The stakes are astronomically high, not just for individual careers but for the considerable financial empire they've built together. This isn't merely a matter of public image, it could hit them directly in the wallet, impacting their long-term financial security. The specter of significant monetary loss adds an urgent and critical dimension to Reynolds' potential intervention. The outcome could reverberate through their lives for years to come, profoundly affecting their economic stability. Both Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have meticulously cultivated public personas built on humor, charm, and philanthropy, traits that now feel worlds apart from the messy legal drama surrounding them. The possibility looms that their carefully curated images, honed over decades, could crumble under the immense weight of a prolonged, ugly public trial. This isn't just about a lawsuit, it's about the potential destruction of their very brands. The contrast between their public image and the current reality of the courtroom drama creates a stark and unsettling disconnect, threatening to unravel years of careful construction and public goodwill. Adding to the immense pressure is a growing concern about the long-term effects on Blake Lively's professional reputation within Hollywood. The industry is notoriously cautious when it comes to working with stars embroiled in serious legal disputes. Executives may hesitate to cast her in future projects, fearing negative associations. The public's interest in her brand of entertainment could diminish significantly as media coverage continues to focus on the lawsuit rather than her artistic endeavors. This potential blacklisting or slowing of her career trajectory is a very real and terrifying prospect, threatening her place at the top. If Brian Fredman can indeed back up his bold claims and deliver a truly airtight case, the fallout for Blake Lively could be catastrophic, far beyond what anyone initially imagined. Every piece of evidence that strikes a chord with the public or convinces industry insiders that her lawsuit was less about justice and more about manipulating the court of public opinion would weaken her position dramatically. The integrity of her entire legal argument rests on Fredman's ability to expose inconvenient truths. Should he succeed, Lively's standing in Hollywood and beyond could be irrevocably damaged, casting a long, dark shadow over her future. However, it's crucial to remember that trials are notoriously unpredictable, even with a string of early wins. There's absolutely no guarantee Fredman will walk away victorious once the trial officially begins. Judges and juries can interpret evidence in ways no one expects, viewing events from entirely different angles. A few pretrial victories can sometimes breed dangerous overconfidence, and in high-stakes legal showdowns, overconfidence can backfire spectacularly. Legal experts who have witnessed cases like this consistently warn that nothing is ever set in stone, keeping the final outcome veiled in uncertainty and anticipation. Justin Baldoni, on the other hand, is firmly in the driver's seat, seemingly holding a significant advantage. Not only has he secured his fundamental right to speak publicly about the case, but he's also reportedly prepared to use every available platform to vocally present his side of the story. This aggressive control over the narrative is a stark reminder that when a celebrity feud lands in court, traditional control over the storyline quickly slips away. Baldoni's proactive approach contrasts sharply with Lively's reactive stance, giving him a powerful edge in shaping public perception. He's taking the fight directly to the public sphere. Meanwhile, Blake Lively is reportedly facing a major uphill battle. Multiple attempts to shut down Fredman's aggressive tactics have been rejected by the judge, and her efforts to secure a more favorable position for her deposition have also failed. Now, she's said to be questioned by Fredman himself, without any ability to handpick her interrogator. This is a tough spot by any legal standard, leaving her vulnerable to intense cross-examination. Her legal maneuvers have been consistently rebuffed, pushing her further onto the defensive and diminishing her strategic options as the trial date looms. The judge has already set a definitive trial date for March 2026, meaning the final verdict could still be many months or even years away. This extended timeline offers both sides ample opportunity to dig up additional evidence, file new legal briefs, and attempt to outmaneuver each other in future hearings and proceedings. For those watching from the sidelines, this promises a suspense-filled roller coaster ride, rife with plenty of unexpected twists and turns before any final resolution. The extended waiting period ensures continuous drama and allows for continued strategic plays from both parties involved. The stakes are sky high for both sides, with the potential outcome threatening to permanently alter not only their careers but also their personal lives. For Blake, losing could mean a devastating financial blow and a lasting scar on her career that might linger for years, impacting her future projects and reputation. For Justin, failing to prove that her accusations lack merit could severely impact his own future prospects and tarnish his public image. Early rulings may have given him some optimism, but the entire entertainment world is watching closely as this high-wire drama continues to unfold, holding its breath for the next development. The months ahead will be absolutely crucial, with tensions rising, public scrutiny intensifying, and legal challenges mounting from all directions. Blake Lively's next moves could decisively determine not only the immediate fate of this complex lawsuit, but also the long-term trajectory of her entire career in Hollywood. Every decision, every public appearance, every legal filing will be dissected and analyzed under the unforgiving glare of the media. The pressure is immense, and her ability to navigate this minefield will define her legacy in unprecedented ways, making this period the most defining of her professional life. The central question now remains, will cooler heads prevail, leading to a peaceful resolution before this conflict escalates into a full-blown public trial? Or will this explosive dispute ignite into a high-stakes showdown that could forever reshape the futures of both Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni? The path is uncertain, riddled with personal and professional risks for everyone involved. Only time will truly tell if this tumultuous chapter concludes with a settlement, allowing both stars to move forward, or if it spirals into an unforgettable, reputation-altering courtroom drama for the history books. The world is watching,